Good morning and welcome to Echo Base X-Wing Mission Debriefing. I'm Walker Darko. With me, Jake Ream
Hey everybody, how's it going this morning?
and Kevin Leintz.
Hey, what's up?
And this morning, by request, we are bringing you a game from the Vassal League again. America runs on Duncan Howard versus the sopping wet Ryan Moisture Farmer.
He's sopping wet because he's still crying about the last game we did, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he is here for retribution.
Yes.
Prove his good name. Bring out the mops.
And yeah, we probably owe that to him. The last time we did a game with him, it was not good. So hopefully today, he redeems himself in only the way Ryan Moisture Farmer can.
So we get to see a little bit of Falcon on Falcon hate. That'll be interesting. We'll go through the list real quick. So on the left side is Farmer with Old Hanny with Trick Shot, R2D2, and Engine. Wedge just naked, it looks like. I'm not counting S-Foils, that's just an auto-include. The Renegade, so the no-scope with the rigged cargo chute and layup. And he comes in at a 200. Duncan's with Lulu, Crackshot, and Heroic. Duncan run card, Heroic's not good. Ray with Rose and Finn, which I actually think is a pretty solid Ray. The only thing I would change is the title, because I think the title's necessary. And Nian with Heroic, Integrated, and Pattern. I don't know, I don't like your list, Duncan. I do like the Falcon, though, and Lulu's not bad. So I will say this, stuff that stands out to me. No title on Ray. It'll be interesting. Pretty much means that there is no rotating that gun. And I guess he's all in on Heroic, which, thumbs down.
Well, there's no title on Han either on the other side.
What is that? Well, you don't see that title very often, the Evade title. I don't think I've ever really seen it.
But I'm just saying, we've got two Falcons going, one with a bypass compressor, one without.
And one of them doesn't have inertial dampeners. I guess both of them don't have inertial dampeners, which is weird.
No, but he's got engine on Han, so that can
Sure.
maybe help him turn around a little bit.
We'll see if Ma Wedge will pull Farmer through, but I don't believe so.
So your money's on Duncan.
I mean, he's the better player. But yes.
Bold statement.
Yes, bold.
Is it though?
So are we actually gonna have a joust here? Like, did they just both decide, hey, let's do this? Let's roll some dice.
I believe Duncan decided he wanted to be a knight, grabbed his armor, and decided that there will be an honorable joust today. I mean, I guess this is what Ray wants, right? Ray would rather be jousting someone than not.
Well, yeah, with her arc.
Yes.
With everything Finn and her, it's all dependent on the arc, so.
And those rocks are terrible for a Falcon. Without having the one heart and stuff, ugh. Navigating those rocks looks miserable.
Yeah.
Well, luckily it looks like they both decided we'll put the rocks to one side and we'll fight on the other.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just surprised they're not all like in a couple of lines down at the bottom.
I'm surprised they're as big as they are.
Well, I mean, we do have majority is debris, right?
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yep. Okay.
All right. Well, should we see what happens first turn?
Yep. I don't know if there's too much to commentate on here other than it'll be a little bit of range control.
Yep.
We'll see what target priority he goes with. Because that dropping debris and flipping around could kind of cause a problem depending on where that U-Wing ends up.
Mm-hmm.
And because it's the U-Wing, he can't really just like turn right and run with it. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, well, and especially where the U-Wing is set up as well. I mean, unless you wanted to create a first turn stall with Han, turning that U-Wing right is going to block the Falcon.
Yeah, I wonder what you do with Han here. Like, you almost... You don't really want to lead, but you kind of want to fly past Ray if possible, I think.
Well, and remember that Han has 2 more shields than Rey, just based off the
Yeah.
Resistance Falcon. So it kind of adds a little bit to that joust.
Yeah.
Well, and he's the end game Han too, right? So you want to try to get him in the end game, not taking all the shots right away.
Yep.
So we'll see if Ryan literally just straight up jousts him, or if he tries to do something cute turn 1, like a something boost.
Yeah.
Like a fast move and then boost and try to just get around that debris right away, or not.
Yeah. I mean, I think maybe Farmer comes down along the line here just to keep Han active while still shooting.
I wonder. I actually think, now that I'm thinking about it, it might be better for Brian to just full speed ahead it, because he knows that the T-70 has to hard 2 or hard 3.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, if he can just close distance now, trying to think, if he does like a 4 forward and then a boost, he might just be out of range for the shot, and then Han can kind of do whatever he wants. I don't know. I'm just trying to think of.
Did we lose Kevin?
We might have lost Kevin.
Okay, then.
Well,
so
I wondered,
go ahead.
with the
Walker.
idea of Wedge coming down there. I mean, are you going to get 2 skirmishes going? You're going to have the Falcons up top and Wedge Lulo kind of going at it down below right away, or will it all converge? They're both going to try to flank, I'm thinking.
Yeah, definitely. And I think Lulo says no. I don't want to deal with Wedge because, either Lulo's throwing 2 red dice and only getting 2 evades because of Wedge's ability, or Lulo stresses and is really sad because Lulo dies.
Yeah, and this Lulo, I'm just trying to remember because I get used to flying against like your Lulo.
Yep.
Kevin's got me saying Lulu now. And yours, you've had, what's it called down there?
Trick shot.
Trick shot.
Yep. Yeah, and without trick shot, I think Duncan has to maybe probably use Lulo's ability a little bit more in order to get some damage out. But yeah, you don't want Lulo to joust Wedge there.
Well, and Lulo definitely doesn't want to be stressed.
No, that too. The other thing, going off of what Kevin was trying to say with what Ryan can do with Han, is he could pre-boost with the coordinate from the partisan, even though he doesn't have the attack officer to make the coordinate white. The U-wing does have at least somewhat decent blue maneuvers, so that is an option as well. He could maybe bank boost Han to the right and then turn away and see if Duncan just wants to chase him around the obstacles. But
and given Leia, you can definitely do a red maneuver and coordinate.
Yep.
At that point, which is not, something you can do without her.
Right, exactly. I don't know if
Welcome back, Kevin.
Yeah, I'm working on it. I'm resetting everything back up.
Sure.
I don't know how much of my analysis you actually got.
We cut you off about the time where you were talking about Han going like
ahead.
4 forward boost.
Okay. That's enough of it. That's fine.
Yeah. Hold on 1 second, guys.
All right, so
what did I miss? I'm still catching up, including everything up.
You didn't really miss much. We just discussed a little bit of the list and the general strategy. I mean, we're about ready to get started, I think.
Yeah.
You can just keep going. Like, I don't think they're going to shoot each other turn 1, so
yep.
No.
Catching back up.
Okay, so here we go. So we've got a stop out of the U-wing.
What?
Really?
Yep.
You stopped with it?
Yep.
A lot of people U-wing stop right number 1 because why not slow roll it?
I mean, I guess they didn't have a stop on their dial to not use it, but.
And doing it first turn is kind of if you're gonna want a slow roll. You just clear it next turn.
Kevin, is that you trying to?
Yep.
Okay.
That's me.
It won't.
Yeah, it's saying it's full. It's fine for now. I can just make do.
So we've got Ray went 1 forward, and Nian went 2 turn left there with the focus.
Lulo's coming in too.
Yeah. And there's Lulo not wanting to flank and
engage
just
wedge.
Wedge. Yep.
Yeah, like.
Oh.
Well,
Voos kind of brings it back in though.
So he's man. Imagine if Han has a 4 forward dialed in. I still feel like that would have been the right call.
So 2 forward wedge. Nope. Han just going 1 forward.
1 forward.
Man, imagine if Wedge had done like a 4 forward focus boost.
I think we hit a wrong number there, huh?
Whoa. Yeah, I see what you're talking about with the wrong number.
Yeah, unless he's going for a hard flank in next turn.
Well, with the arcs pointed forward, he could just turn in, right?
Yeah. Well, right now he got it. Maybe his whole plan was Lulo.
I mean, I guess the other thing that
he was thinking Lulo would come in a little more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here we go.
Yep. So we got shots.
So we got crack shot option.
Yep. So this is Lulo's shot.
Did we lose Kevin again?
We might have. Looks like he froze again.
I just don't ever remember him being this quiet.
He's never this quiet. All right. So let's see. We've got 1 evade out of Han. And
so he loses his shield.
Yep. Looks like Duncan opted not to use crack shot. So once Kevin gets back, we'll get the list overlay updated with damage there. So I guess an interesting thing is with the U-Wing stopped and now behind Han, he could start coordinating. Could coordinate a boost to try to block anything that Lulo does, and then
I see.
And then have Han bank away after that.
Right. So that makes sense. U-Wing comes in, Han boosts to the left, sits right there in front of Lulo.
Yep, sits right there and says, "Nope, you can't go here." And then he's gonna probably then bank away afterwards, and then have rear firing arc shots at wherever Lulo and Nian end up. I mean, Ray probably just banks in towards Han, trying to get that gun online and start the damage train there. Hey, Carlo, thank you very much for subbing on Twitch Prime. We appreciate you continuing to support us.
And we lost Kevin's picture, which shifted all our images.
Yeah, I see that.
But now I'm a little bit of Kevin. I can be Kevin at some point. I can be Walker.
Are you the more entertaining Kevin and the less critical Kevin?
Depends on what you're looking for in entertainment. And there's a question on there of, is this an old Aces League game? No, this is very new.
Yep, this is week 10.
The second edition and everything. Welcome back, Kevin.
We'll see if the technical difficulties have ended. I don't know that they have.
Well, Kevin, you need to stay off of those certain websites. I hear they give you computer viruses.
No, I think I'm at the point now where my hardware is 8 years old, and I think it's starting to show that.
Oh.
When you're on the stream, you need to be on the stream. You save that for your free time.
Was any shield damage done or not?
One shield off Han.
Yep.
Okay. I'll mark it.
No, I don't think Wedge doesn't have a shot.
He would have if he would have had a 4/4 focus boost. Just saying.
Yeah, they're back to setting dials.
Okay. I'm caught up then. I just updated the overlay, so we should be good.
Yeah. So Kevin, what we were talking about is an option that Ryan has, possibly to bank the U-wing towards Han and coordinate a boost to Han, which would maybe block Lulo's options for going forward.
Could, yeah.
And then Han could also then like 2 or 3 bank away, going to the right to use the rear firing arc.
Rear and stay near a rock.
Yep. And
yeah,
then
he could.
Oh, go ahead.
Do you think Lulu's gonna hard 2 away here? Because Wedge is coming, or do you think Lulu's gonna try to fly past? Because that's really the question, right? Ryan has to figure out.
Yep.
Is Lulu gonna like 3 bank in or 2 hard away? 2 hard away is probably the worst maneuver. I don't think he's gonna 3 bank away in between those rocks towards Wedge.
No, I don't think you don't turn Lulu towards Wedge at all.
But I feel like a 3 bank in fits where Han is currently, and if Han boosts.
Right. And then it's just kind of announcing I'm gonna try to murder this U-wing this turn, which
get it off there.
Yeah.
Kill off Leia. Kill off. She floats out of the cockpit. Superman's her way back into a different ship.
I'm assuming Wedge is on the 3 bank left, right?
Oops.
That's probably the best move.
Nope.
That was a. Yeah. I think you're saying 3 bank left with Wedge.
I think so. Otherwise, he's gonna have to like do 2 turns to get out of those rocks.
Yeah.
I think a 3 bank would fit and not screw him for the next turn. And Ray's probably 3 banking in.
Yeah. I think Ray needs to turn in 3 bank, and I guess depending on where that U-wing ends up, maybe boost if you're really like all in on that U-wing, but
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Ray has to turn in a little bit just to open up her shots because she goes forward and she's really limiting herself.
Yep, especially with where Han and Wedge are.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Because the U-wing is not the primary target.
Yep. Kevin, do you have the join me? Are you able to see it?
Yep, I'm in. Yep, I'm
okay.
in. I can see
All
it
right.
now.
We are not focused on the 49-point U-wing.
Okay, here we go. So U-wing does do 2 bank to clear that stress.
Yep.
Do we coordinate?
Looks like
Focus?
just focused. So Nien doing a 4 forward.
Who's doing? Okay.
Oh.
I was gonna say who's doing the 4 forward.
Ray's doing 4 forward. Ray's doing a 3 forward.
Yeah, Ray does a 3. Oh, it
All
looks
the dials
like
got flipped at
yeah,
once. So.
that's what I was looking at. So there's 3 forward with Ray.
So Duncan does do the 3 bank in with Lulu. Interesting.
That's kind of what we had guessed.
Ray takes a lock on the U-wing, so yeah, just kill the U-wing.
Do it.
Does he boost here?
I don't think you do, because if you're Duncan and you think that Wedge is gonna bank in, if you stress Lulo, even though you're gonna have that debris, like that's a sad Lulo.
Yeah, I think because the U-wing probably gets to shoot, and Han, if he just goes past you, would shoot, plus Wedge. Yeah, there's too many possible shots on Lulu, so I would agree. Don't stress.
Yep, bad time to stress Lulo. And then there's the 4 forward with Nien.
I wonder if Nien's going to be just out of range. At least of the U-wing.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Farmer doing a great job avoiding obstacles.
Well, he rolled a 4, and that's what it said he had to do.
And then takes a crit too.
And he takes the crit, so there goes a shield.
Oh, Ryan.
Hey, Carlo, I think you're gonna have to get ready to do some more clipping of this game and make more gifs of Kevin.
So I just want to talk about that really quick. So what move did Han do? He did a three
Two,
forward.
two forward.
Too forward.
Yep.
So out of the
3 wouldn't have
possible
not have been
moves,
better.
why that one? Like just from a concept, right? You're trying to visualize what are all the possible moves that I could take. What are the best? What are the worst? Why just a 2 forward?
Well, and had he done the boost at initiative 1,
He would
like
have
we were
blocked
predicting,
Lulo.
that 2 would have been, he would have blocked Lulo, and then he would have jumped behind her.
And he would have taken a target lock, and he would have been great. Yeah.
Right. So I mean, like that move was great if that had happened.
Well,
But even like a 3 bank, like you could have just done a 3 bank.
Right. I mean, he wasn't stressed, so it wasn't like he had to clear anything. So the whole dial's open.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised / puzzled. Or I mean, in the worst case scenario, you could even have coordinated an action to Han and then 2-hearted him in and just slammed into somebody.
Or, hear me out, Vassal's tough to read angles, and he thought it would fit.
yeah, I think that's ultimately what it is. I think it looked like the 2 would fit if you can sneak right in there.
Because I mean, he just clipped it too. So I mean,
Okay.
I'm thinking he thought he was going to fit, and then he's sitting here with a range 1 shot on Lulo.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, especially if you think Lulo, if you do think Lulo's going to go forward instead of bank in, like that would have been, if Lulo is sitting
And also
somewhere in
where
this
Lulo could
area.
have gone, he might have been worried about bumping.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Wedge does a
1 forward.
1 forward.
huh?
Just playing it safe. Safe rebel move.
Okay. What was the roll for? Oh wait, that was the debris, right?
Yeah, he was using Han's ability to reroll that crit that he took from the debris, and he rerolled
That's
it into a crit.
And then Morgan mentioned the odds.
Yeah.
Funny. All right, so
Wedge has
Han
got
has no shot.
Yep, and Wedge has got a range 3 on Nien.
Unobstructed. That's good. I mean, as good as range 3 is.
Yep.
Are
Well,
they-
I mean,
they
his
must be
ability
marking
cancels out.
Right.
must
So
be
it's just like a
marking-
regular shot.
in their hands if the S-foils are open or closed.
Could be.
Mm.
Yeah.
So we've got 3 hits after he spends focus with Wedge. And Nien is...
I wonder if Duncan just eats 2 shields here because he has a nice shot on Han.
Yeah. So
I'm sure they're on Discord talking, so we can't tell.
Right.
I think is that a number 1 on the shields for Nien?
yes, Nian's down to 1 shield on
Yep.
there.
Okay, so I'll update that. So Duncan does what I just mentioned.
Yep. And this is Duncan shooting with, was it Ray?
I think so. That's
Okay.
what they just opened up.
Yeah, because we.
Oh, yeah, there
it
we
went
go.
And a
from-
blank. Yep. Spend the lock. Or is he using ability?
Cancel blank to gain a lock.
Ooh.
Can't tell. But he got to 3, right?
Yeah, he got to 2 crits hit, and then that was on the U-wing, and he's taken all
2
3.
shields. Oh, he's taking
And-
all 3.
Taking all 3.
And I like that target lock. Ma Ray Su. Well done.
Range 2 from
2.
Lula, it
Looks like 2.
Yep.
Yep.
Decision.
Who's left to shoot at Lulo?
Well, the U-wing has to shoot. Yeah.
Yep.
Right, but that's the only one.
Yeah, I think he just spent
Yep.
it. But he
So
didn't. Okay.
no damage from Lulo.
And then was Nien range 2 to Han?
Range
Oh,
2 to
yes.
Han.
2 to Han, 3 to Wedge, 3 to
Yep.
Ewing.
Will be interesting to
Partisan.
see who he shoots at then. Okay, he shoots at the U-Wing, so he's focusing his attack.
So
3 hits, 2 evades.
Yep.
Spend it all the way and take 1 more shield. Or
Yep.
1 more hull damage.
Yep, we're at hull now. So.
Yeah.
Bless you.
And now the U-Wing shot either maybe range 2 to Lulo.
3 to Nian, or
Yeah.
3 to Nian. Those are your options.
Yep.
Yeah, you probably take the shot on Nian just because he doesn't have a shot. I would assume.
Oh, natties.
Those are
Okay,
good
Morgan's dice.
Yeah.
Morgan's in there giving his energy.
So we'll see who
And
he
so-
reduces shields on.
That was on Nian, so Nian's down to 3 hull left.
Okay.
Yep. It's not showing up in the log, but it is showing up on that ship base.
Okay.
Yep.
That's all right. So half points on the U-Wing, half points on Nian.
Yep.
Okay, so this turn, let's see. Oh, Han's in a terrible spot.
Yeah, especially because he's stressed.
And the arc being
Mm-hmm.
now the wrong direction.
I mean,
that
you
kinda...
pretty much need to hard turn. Or you can't hard turn. Jeez.
Well, he can hard turn, but he's not going to get to shoot.
But I mean, you do a 2 bank and just kind of clear it and get out of the way, and then hopefully get into it in the next turn.
It's bad. I'm afraid the U-Wing's going to get initiative killed this turn, and Han's still going to be out of the fight.
So then, do you just sacrifice the partisan and then bring Wedge with Han to kind of bring them back in together?
Well, no. I would guess that U-Wing's going to 3-bank in to try to just make it so at least Lulu is going to have to go fast and navigate
Yep.
in order to actually get a shot. I'm assuming Rey's just going to 1-bank down. I mean, there's not a lot of options for the U-Wing, to be honest, but a 3-bank is probably the best option, and then Wedge is probably going to have to 3-bank in as well.
Yep. Yeah, I would agree. Wedge with the 3-bank. That gives him the flank unless Duncan turns in. Like, he could bank in with Nian to meet Wedge, but then Nian's sad too.
Yeah, I wonder if you just peel Nian off and have him just keep shooting at Han. Or not, because... Never mind. No, you would probably just go fast here with Nian, use the debris to help you, knowing Han's probably going to rotate, he's going to rotate his base and his arc's going to be pointed this way. You could either go slow with Nian and keep him back, or you could go fast with him and try to keep him so Wedge can't shoot him.
If Duncan thinks the U-Wing is going to 2-bank or 3-bank left, do you K-turn and use Pattern Analyzer to get behind the U-Wing?
Well, he does a K-turn right now with Han there. He probably clears his stress anyway. With his ability, right? Because he'd be within range 0 to 1.
I think he would be in arc probably. 4K is not a bad idea as long as it fits. I'm afraid a 3-bank from the U-Wing would block.
And that would be my worry too, is that 4 doesn't fit when after the U-Wing moves.
And I'm guessing Lulu's probably gonna 4 or 5 forward focus rotate.
Yep.
So that you're far enough out of Rey's way so you don't block her. Although at this point Rey could get blocked and it really doesn't matter because she already has a focus, or because of a force and she already has a lock. So I guess if you bump Rey, I guess it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's not the end of the world with force.
I'm just trying to think what's the best thing Han could do right now. This might sound stupid, but in all seriousness, what about a Leia 4K?
For who?
For Han. What
He's
if
stressed.
you pop Leia?
No.
Yeah, but if you pop Leia, it's a white.
Yep.
It's a white, I suppose.
I mean, I don't like it.
Then be
but-
double stressed and roll another dice.
Well, I mean, he's always re-rolling his dice, though, because he's Han.
Right, but then now you're double stressed.
Yeah, but the alternative is Han is just irrelevant for
Sure.
at least one more turn. If you 4K, he might have a shot, maybe?
I mean, the other option...
So something to talk about. And then I'll let you go, Jake.
Okay.
Remember, right now, Farmer is behind, both
Right.
positionally I mean, technically he's not behind on points, right? Let me look.
You're saying you should chase variants to go boom or bust?
Let's see.
Kind of.
So yeah, Duncan's behind on points, but in reality, Farmer is very much behind in this game.
Mm.
I feel like you need to start to take risks in order to try to come back to make this a game. Otherwise, you're about to get steamrolled.
Right, because you play
That's
safe,
my
you're just
opinion.
keeping the status quo.
Yep. Go ahead, Jake.
Okay, so what I was saying was, does a one bank left with Han fit? And what is that? Is the one bank blue? And then
Yes,
you just
wait. I don't know that it is blue.
Well, that's
No,
what I was
it's not.
asking. I don't think it is. So you two
Two
bank
is blue.
rotate, and that gets your back at least firing with Han.
Yeah, you could do that too.
I think that's probably what you do. That's like, I think, the safest move with Han. You know, the 4K, yeah, I mean, that would probably work as well, but like Walker's saying, that now you're probably going to end up on that second debris, so you're double stressed. At least you're going the right direction, but if you just two bank rotate, then you can turn
Next turn.
yeah,
sure.
and just sneak in behind. So that's what I would do.
Okay, I could.
Yeah.
I mean, I
And
can see
that's what I
two-bank
suggested
rotate.
right away was the two bank, clear it, and
Yep.
then hopefully next turn, hard turn in, and you're in. I mean, it really depends on if Ray and them all just
Right.
book it out of there to
Yeah.
come around, but
Yeah, I'm just afraid if he two banks and rotates. So part of why I mentioned the 4K is because I'm afraid Nian's going to try to go fast. And if he does a two bank and rotates, I don't know that Han's going to have a target to shoot at. I mean, maybe he could shoot at Ray, maybe.
Yeah.
But for sure he won't shoot at Lulu because I'm pretty sure Lulu's going to go fast.
Go fast, right.
And if Nian goes fast, I mean, he has the option to just like, if he can fit it, 4 forward boost and just be like, nah.
Yep.
And then Han's maybe taking a range 3 shot at Ray, maybe.
Sure.
But then you're kind of in a situation where, okay, do I maybe... your moves become predictable because he knows Han doesn't want to spend his actions rotating arc, and he doesn't really want to feed him the actions of coordinate. So it's kind of a weird spot. But yeah, I could see the two bank rotate. I'm just concerned that if he does a two bank rotate, he won't have a shot, and he might not even have a shot if he did a 4K.
Sure.
right.
But
Yeah.
this
Too
is
far
kind
away.
of where Ryan's really behind.
Yep.
Yeah,
really
he's got to pull
behind.
something out of his
Yes.
moisture evaporator to pull this off.
Yeah.
Okay. So it looks like they've got dials set now. We good to go, or anything else to talk
Nope,
about
I think
before?
I'm good.
Okay. Oh, Ewing
So
is
he does.
turning left.
Okay, so he's trying to block Ray.
Well,
And
and that
he would block a 5 forward?
yeah, that also blocks Lulo from going fast. Two bank rotate on Han is looking better.
It is. I wonder if he saw this coming and does like a 3 hard left with Lulu.
So we've got Ray on was it a one bank?
Oh, and we're going to see if that Neon 4K.
Yes,
works
we
with
are.
ability.
Oh, okay, it did fit. Never mind.
yep,
I
the
wasn't
5
sure how
fit.
far the 5 went on Vessel.
Yeah.
Boy, that range 1 focus rotate sure looks good. Or target lock rotate in this situation since you're not getting shot at.
Focus. There's a stress, which means
So I will mention this in just for viewers, like in a situation where you are not getting shot at, it is always better to take a target lock because if you don't need it or it doesn't make sense to use it, you permanently have it.
Yep.
Versus
Right.
a focus, if you don't roll the focuses, you just lose it. So like in this situation, Duncan took a focus, which is fine. It's probably habitual. But in this situation, it would actually be better for Lulu to take a target lock.
Yep. So there's Ray bumping the U-wing. And here's the 4K with Nian.
Does he have him in arc? Because Nian needs to have the target in arc, right?
Right. But if he
yep, at range 0 to 1.
and we don't know what state the S-foils are in because they're not keeping track of it on the game, so he might have. Well, no.
Well, we saw him roll 3 attack dice last round, so we just assumed.
Yeah. Well, but it's a T70, so he's got boost, right? So with Pattern Analyzer, he can bank boost. That guarantees.
Oh yeah, that's
he's
right.
in arc.
You can perform the action before the check.
Yep.
I forgot about that.
Yep. So he's just bank boost there, get him in arc.
Does he have him? It looks like maybe
I
just
think
barely.
I think he
It
does.
looks like he does. But obviously Vassal will say yes or no.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't put a focus on him, and he took a target lock, so I can only assume that he had him.
Yep.
marked.
Yeah, because the stress is not there.
All right, so there's a farmer with a 2 bank out of Han and focuses.
He'll get a shot. Okay.
Yep. And 1 bank with wedge.
Okay. I don't hate the 1 bank.
No. We give him a nice shot on Ray.
Range 3.
Yep.
The only hard part is, so in this round, all of Duncan's guns are on, and only 2 of the 3 guns are on for Farmer. So it's just another kind of behind round as far as firepower goes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Farmer only. Oh yeah, because 360. I was gonna say Farmer doesn't have. Just the U-wing that's out.
Although the U-wing's in a really good spot next turn to do the no scope, Leia rotate drop debris.
Yeah.
Like Lulu will be sad next turn.
Lulu is going to be sad, I bet.
I miss the glory days of Sloop and Poop.
I mean, you can do it now at a speed 3.
I know.
Either-
I just.
or a 4.
It has such a ring to it, you know.
I mean, yeah, it was fun. All right, so wedge onto Ray, range 3.
Yep.
Okay.
And we've got hit crit.
Not a bad roll, about average.
And nothing from
Now-
Ray.
He has option here, right? He could spend a force to change it to an evade if he wanted to.
Yep.
Does he choose to?
Switching target lock.
Okay, so he does the Rose thing
Yep. So he's spending the blank.
to do Rose. Okay.
Yep.
He must be taking the 2 damage. Because, yeah, I can only assume so because he's touching Han now on the board. He must have taken 2 shields.
Yeah, he must have. They didn't. I'm trying to look at the ship base and he's-
Yeah. I mean, I took 2 shields off just assuming that he did.
yeah.
So this is Han on what, Neon?
Yep, Hana Neon.
Was it range 3, I assume? Or 2?
I think
I
it
guess
was.
we'll find out how many dice he rolls.
Yeah, I think it was 3.
Okay.
Yep, because Neon is taken. Took a crit. Fuel leak.
Okay. Does he have Neon at 2 hull?
Yes, he does now.
Okay.
Duncan is not very good about changing.
So who's shooting right now? Is it Lulu?
4 dice shot.
4 dice, it's gotta be. That's the only 4 dice shot on the board, right?
Man, imagine if you had a target lock.
Oh, U-wing takes no damage.
Seems good.
And now this is Neon's shot. Must be on Han.
No, this is
Oh,
Ray.
that's Ray
onto
shot.
Wedge.
Okay.
Spend that lock. Much better. Spending both force, I assume, or is he
Nope, looks like just 1.
okay? And Wedge rolls focus, evade, blank.
Yep. So
Take
spend
1.
focus, take 1.
Okay.
Wedge it down to 1 shield.
Yep.
And this must be Neon on Han.
Yep.
Seems good.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's fine.
Han takes 2.
Rerolls takes 1.
Oh,
He rerolls both into 2 evades.
Yep.
Wow, that's risky. He's a gambling man.
I think we've already known this about Ryan. He's definitely a gambling man.
yeah, that's true.
All right, so board state is, let's see, Han still has 2 shields. Wedge has a shield. The Partisans have 4.
Yep.
So based on dice, I'd say Farmer came ahead that turn. Like it could have been far worse.
Yeah.
All right, he's kind of back in the game, kind of.
Well, so like you said, I think we're probably going to see the U-wing do a 90-degree rotate, drop debris on Lulo. Lulo is very sad because he will be double stressed.
Yep.
Unfortunately, though, he can't really capitalize on that, right? Like he's not in a position.
He can't. No.
But also the U-wing, the partisan isn't long for this world, so he's got to get out what he can.
Right.
Yep. He needs to try to use it now while he can.
I mean, unless
it does turn off Lulu for one turn.
Yeah.
Because he'll be double stressed.
Right. Or do you?
He'll get less stress.
Or do you instead rotate 90 to the left and then drop it so you're putting it in front of Nian and possibly a Ray that might turn in? Is that better?
So
can you take more advantage of that, I guess is.
I think you might you might get to double stress Ray, because I think if you rotated and then you dropped it, the side would clip Ray's front left side of her base.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that actually probably the better option.
Would you get Nian too?
Yeah,
you might.
Maybe.
I can't picture it. It looks like a little scrotum.
It does. He's not wrong.
I was like, tell me I'm wrong.
That actually might be the better play, because then the U-wing is also running away from both threats.
Yep. And harassing Lulo.
Yeah, that might not be a bad play. I mean, I think Wedge is going to be in a really rough spot next turn, though, because I'm afraid Wedge might be range 1 of Ray. So Han has to 2 hard, or I guess, or 3 hard, and then rotate. But he'll have no mods this turn, which will be sad.
But I mean, even that, there's the rotate, or he could boost, because he does have engine.
Yeah, but even if he does like a 2 hard and boost, I don't think he'll get a shot.
What if he just does a 1 forward?
I mean, he could do the 1 forward. That is also an option.
See, so many options.
Yeah, look at. I mean, there's this wide open space here. Like Han can go anywhere.
Hell, Han could probably fit a 4 forward if you wanted it.
Does Wedge just like 1 bank in?
I think so. Like just trade shots with Ray there.
Yeah.
And then eat the debris cloud the next turn.
No, I think you could turn.
He could.
Yeah, I think you could turn either direction and possibly bank left and avoid it.
So here's the other thing to think about. So the debris really doesn't affect Ray very much, since her actions are mostly passive. I mean, Nian would be stressed, but he could just do like a 2 bank.
Yeah, chat's also mentioning that if we're thinking that the U-wing is gonna rotate, use Leia this turn and sloop Han, like just to get
sloop and then boost.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I forgot about Leia for a second.
Well, I didn't forget about Leia. I just forgot about Han. I mean, because I think Leia's coming this turn, right?
Well, Leia has to come if you're going to try to do the rig cargo
so,
shoot, but
a sloop and then a boost. I mean, that might be a better call with Han, sloop and boost.
And then it probably gets you range 3 shots with Han on at least on Nian.
And you should still be next to a rock for the rerolls.
You're not in the worst angle.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think that's probably the call with Han here.
Yeah, Nighthound, good call there.
That's why I like chat.
Yep.
Okay. I'm just not sure what you do with Nian. Like, if the threat of the debris wasn't there, you kind of have a lot more options, but with the threat of the debris...
I don't know, I think we're getting to the point we gotta just see.
Yep.
And now we'll find out he just doesn't even drop the debris.
Yeah.
I mean, if he doesn't, we need to have a chat with Ryan.
And then we go, all right, 3rd Ryan Farmer vindication episode.
Well, we can have that talk about... Didn't you say you needed to fly better and get better at X-Wing? What happened? So now we're in that fun dial setting stage.
Yep. Just trying not to go too far. I mean, you could bank Nien towards Han with Ray. You know, get both of those shooting on Han.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Nien is kind of in a goofy spot.
I gotta give Ray a force back real quick so I don't forget.
Okay, so it looks like they both got dials set. So here we go.
All right. Yeah, there's the announcement of Leia. Shock!
Leia.
Yep. Oh, he does. He turns right.
I actually think this is the wrong way to go.
Ah, it so looks like a Scum.
Yeah, I think you would have caused more havoc with the debris in the opposite direction.
Right. And I agree with you because here's the thing. Yes, you're gonna mess with Lulu, and that's gonna suck, and she's gonna be a sad panda. But you're gonna cause way more havoc and problems if it goes the other way.
Yep. And you just don't
that's
have.
What you want when you're behind.
You're not really in a spot like where Ryan's other two ships are. He's not really in a spot to make Lulo pay for being double stressed.
Yep.
Like, I mean, I guess what you could 3-turn with Wedge to put Wedge on Lulo, assuming that Ray is not in that spot that you want to 3-turn into.
You could, but let's just say, so like if you were thinking about that, you would assume that Ray is going to at least like 1 bank or 2 hard. And if you did that, Ray would be range 1. She would have her rear arc to you, range 1, which is also not where Wedge wants to be.
Right. I'm trying to look, you know, at what might have been going through, you know, what his thought process about why stress Lulo. Like because really in that case you need to punish Lulo, but your other two ships are kind of going the wrong way.
Yep.
So Lulo does a 2 left. Does not take damage from the debris.
Now, yeah, I was going to say, did they roll for the rock the first time? Okay, they just rolled them both now.
Yep.
All right, so there's no damage from the debris and from the drop. Okay.
Right. Oh, got a sloop out of Ray.
Huh. Boy, that 3 hard from Wedge would look really bad right now.
Yep, it would.
And that debris cloud would have been
hold
nice.
on, if we pause here, had he dropped the debris the other way,
Ray would have had a stress.
It would have clipped Ray, and Ray would have had to 2 forward, bump into the U-wing.
Mm-hmm.
But would Ray have had also take a stress because she was crossing the debris cloud again? But her template would have caught it, maybe?
She would be double stressed.
I don't think the template would have caught it.
You don't think so?
No, because
the template doesn't have to catch it because he can't perform the sloop because he's stressed, which causes him to 2 forward, and then he would re-land on the debris.
Sure.
Yeah, he wouldn't move at all because he can't fit after the U-wing, so she would have sat right where she was.
So he would be double stressed, and Ray basically wouldn't move.
Right.
Oh man, that would have been so much better.
That would have been a sad Ray.
But again, our first instinct was to put it on Lulo as well. So
yeah.
It was our first instinct, and then as we kind of analyzed board state, we went, oh wait, there's a better option.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, so Ray's doing well, and Nien's just gonna do the old defender ping pong.
Okay, so he wants to just
boost in
that U-wing.
Yep. So
but now, if Han does that sloop and boost, it'll look real nice on a take Nien out of the game.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think Nien just dies here.
Yep. She's hoping Wedge did a 4K. Okay.
What? Why didn't? I mean, I guess you didn't bring Leia to not use it.
But well, okay.
Just because all your ships can take red moves, Ryan, doesn't mean they should.
It doesn't mean that. Well, I got red moves, so that's what we're doing this turn.
Okay, but had Nien gone 1 forward, that 4K with Wedge looks really good. And had Ray banked.
The 1 bank.
What's that?
Well, but the 1 bank looks good in all those scenarios.
Okay, except the scenario where if Ray banks, if Ray did a one bank and would have been down here, a one bank from wedge is you and Ray facing off, which would have been a sad wedge.
Yeah, but I mean, you're just gonna then you just target lock with wedge, and you have Han and wedge shoot her, probably get at least a crit or two
Yeah.
on her. I mean, yeah, it's not great, but I still feel like the one bank puts you in a better position.
Oh, I'm
for
not
the
saying I
following
like the
turn, so-
4K. I'm just trying to work through,
Sure.
what was the decision tree that led him to decide 4K with wedge.
Yeah. Okay.
That's all. Just
Because yeah. Two
and
hards, huh?
three hard.
3 hard.
Yeah.
Well, he heard you tell him that he doesn't have to do a red maneuver.
So then the question becomes: is he gonna rotate or is he just gonna boost?
Rotate.
Rotate.
I really like the idea of the sloop and boost.
Okay, so this is Han.
Probably Han on Nian, I would assume.
Yeah, I think that's the only shot Han has, right?
Yeah.
believe
I don't
Everything
think
else out of range.
I don't think the Falcon has a range 4 shot.
Not yet. Wait till the next movie, though.
Right.
So he has to spend focus to survive.
Yep. So Neon's gonna take 1 there.
Wedge just gets sad.
This is Neon shooting
This
at
is Nian on the U.
yep. For hit crit takes a crit.
I'll let you tell me what happens.
Crit is loose stabilizer.
Okay. This.
Ray into the U-wing.
Oh yeah. Yep.
It's a really sad U-wing.
I'm surprised he's not spending like any of the force. Okay, he did spend force. All right.
Yeah.
I was like, huh?
That's now a dead U-wing.
Boy, Nian would just be parked on that debris cloud right now, too.
And then structural and a direct hit, but the U-wing was already dead, so.
Okay. And then Wedge doesn't shoot.
Well, Duncan did
here's-
take the points lead now.
Here's kind of a rough spot too. So Han is now in a position where he doesn't get to use his ability, maybe for the rest of the game, or at least the next 2 important turns.
Right, because he's nowhere near any obstacles.
Yep.
Right, and if he wants to get near that other debris that he just dropped, like he's got to run for it.
Well, and he's going to have to mess with his arc, so he's not probably going to get modifications.
Whereas had he done the sloop and boost, he kind of just keeps sitting there like this, and he'll constantly have his ability.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I really like that sloop and boost idea. I think that was really good. So,
I mean, now you what, 1 forward Ray or clear stress, maybe 2 bank?
you probably just 1 forward to be safe. Because I think a 2 bank bumps, maybe?
Well, you can move Neon first.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They're both 5.
And Nian, you do a 3 Talon? Just to catch Han?
You could, but the problem is he will probably not shoot then, right? Because Han will just move and either take a lock or rotate arc, and odds are you have 1 health, you're going to die.
Right.
Because Nian... Well, I suppose Nian has pattern, right? So he'd still get his action.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you could
Do you,
just...
you try to block Han? Do you do like a 3 Talon roll boost and then do a focus barrel roll and try to like block his turns in?
I mean, I think Han's just doing a hard 2, so I don't know if you can block it.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't think Neon...
But maybe Ray needs to clear stress, so you 2 forward with Ray?
You could go 1 forward as well, just slow roll.
Or do
Yeah.
you try to? Is there 3 blue, 3 forward?
No.
Really? Man,
Just
that
the
dial
one,
got
2
murdered.
forward, and the 2 banks.
Wow, dial
Yeah.
got murdered.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, well if that's the case, I was gonna say you could just try to fly past wedge, but if that's not an option, then yuck.
Yeah, then probably just
Well,
one forward.
that's why I was saying 2 forward, because I was thinking that it would kind of block wedge a little bit, depending on what wedge tries to turn in. But
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. You could also
There's-
Neon 4K, and then that opens up the 2 forward with Ray. Neon's still going to get an action, but then ends up stressed, which isn't the worst thing. You're still getting an action.
A 4K would create the maximum distance from Han, keeping him possibly safer.
Yep.
But I'm assuming wedge is going to too hard, and if he 4Ks, he's kind of screwed from taking 2 shots.
Yep.
I think you almost have to go for the talon roll with Neon here, as much as I am not a big fan of it. I think you might have to.
All right. Well,
Okay, well,
let's
let's
see.
see what they do.
2 forward, Ray.
Yep.
Talon roll 3.
Yep.
And I think we all knew Lulo was just going to have to
Yeah.
clear.
Hang,
Right.
Yep, she's just going to have to hang back. Oh, yeah, that 3 talon roll went way further back than I thought.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you were thinking it was going to put him like here somewhere.
That's why I was like, I mean, maybe he could, if he boosted, he could block a 3 turn, but I think he could
Yeah.
just do it 2.
Yeah, I didn't gauge it correctly. Yeah, then he probably just, takes a focus and clenches?
I think so, because boosting doesn't get you. Well, can you get wedge if you bank boost?
Well, you won't be alive to take the shot, right?
Yeah.
Because Han probably just comes in and murders you.
Right.
But that's
No.
your focus boost.
Or he does.
or,
Okay.
or you just do that.
Okay. How does he get a focus and a boost?
So pattern analyzer gives you one action, but it's
Yeah.
outside of, it's not your regular action. So if you boost first, you get the whoa. I accidentally hold on.
But yeah, so pattern gave him a bonus action. Then he took his other action. Then he was within range 1, so he
Yep.
had to clear his stress.
Huh. Okay.
Sorry, must have bumped something on.
I think you gotta do fit height instead of fit width.
Oh, is it? I'm hitting the wrong one.
Yeah, I think you're.
There we go.
There you go.
Don't worry, I'll have my technical difficulty soon.
Soon.
So we can all just get in on this game.
Yeah, so anyway, Kevin, that's what you do is you boost first with pattern analyzer. Then that clears your stress from the talon roll. And then you get your regular action.
But what clears the stress?
Neon's
Oh,
ability.
that's when he checks the Neon ability. Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Yep,
yeah.
so 0 to 1, boom.
I'm just so used
That's
to whenever
fine.
I see a Neon, we get the engagement at like long range and he just dies and it doesn't matter how many things he has on him.
Yep. So that's how that works.
That's cute. Okay, I get it now.
I bet Walker, I
there's
bet you
Lulo.
didn't realize we were going to have a learning experience for Kevin today.
I
Well,
know,
mean,
I am.
Neon's still not good, so whatever.
Look, it's amazing what you can do when we do it in the morning.
So wedge 2 turns
Wedge bumps.
into Ray.
That'll be... Yeah, that should be good for Duncan.
I'm actually kind of surprised Duncan two-hearted Lulu in, knowing that Lulu cannot shoot anyway. Like, I thought he would just 2 forward and just keep range 3 if possible.
I think if Ray would have done the 1 forward too, it still would have bumped with Wedge.
Oh, Han's gonna murder.
Neon.
I know.
Neon's not going to be happy.
Really, Ryan? You're focusing?
Well, he rolled. If you look at the dice that he rolled, the focus was correct.
Yes. I mean, for sure.
He was right. So right, it had to be the right choice.
Look, just because Heroic saved me 2 to 3 shields on Friday every single game doesn't mean it was still the right card.
Yeah. So
It
Han,
was the right card for Friday.
Han ends up with 3 hits crit. Sad.
And
Neon.
double blank.
Looks like Ryan was wrong to spend focus.
Oh, heroic.
It really matters. I
Yeah.
swear.
So Neon
It
still
saved
takes
nothing
hit
here.
crit
He died
and
either
died
way,
anyway.
But it procced.
It
You can
did.
still count it. It procced.
It
Yes.
procced, but it had 0 impact on the game.
It procced. That's all we're saying.
Okay.
It was 1 point. Totally worth it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
Lulu
Was
still
that,
hasn't.
range, was that range 2 at Lulu?
yes.
Yes.
So he's 1 agility.
So Lulo
And Lulo
really
still
sad.
still has crack and heroic that has not procced.
Right, but he can't.
No.
shoot this turn anyway.
Right. No, I'm just saying.
Ryan's dice failing him.
Well,
Rolls.
I mean, that's what happens when you don't have a modifier.
Well, yeah.
Yep. Bumsky. That's range
All right.
2.
Ray's going to Pound Town.
Yeah.
Add the
Take a
blank.
target lock?
Spend it for a target lock.
And then use a
Mm.
force.
Yep.
Yep, to go to a crit. Seems good. And spent that focus
Oh.
earlier,
Boo.
which who would have known?
It's taking a crit.
Disabled power regulator.
Is that the ion one?
Yes.
Correct.
So it super doesn't matter. Okay.
But boy, if you could get a second one on him right now, it'd be a great time.
Well, hold on. Two is not enough, remember.
Yeah, he needs 3 for a large base.
Oh, that's right, large.
Yeah.
you
But
could get
this
another
would be
2
kind
on
of
him.
funny with R2D2. If that keeps flipping, it could cause a problem.
It could.
I wonder if he's marking the ion token next turn. We'll see how they mark the ion token.
Well, he's got the disabled power regulator on there. But yeah.
Points wise, it's pretty close.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Han's in a rough spot right now. So let's see. Ray probably sleeps, right?
I think so.
Well, and I think Khan is 1 damage away from being half.
I believe you're correct. Let's see. Lulu.
Wedge 4K?
Yes, probably.
Because Lulu's probably either on a 2 bank or a 3 bank.
Probably.
And Han's doing what, a 1 bank just to keep those side arcs active?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead. I think there's not too much to do.
Yeah, we're
Pretty
I mean,
straightforward.
Lulu has the option to 2 heart away, is all I'll say, but I don't think he will.
Oh, Lulu 2 hards. We did
Right?
Ray does sloop.
Yep, in. Ray sloops, Lulo comes in, loses that last stress. That's nice.
Does
Which-
he just stay? Yeah, he's gonna have to rotate arc forward. Sure.
Yeah, which
Take
actually
stress
that
back.
2 turn probably wasn't a bad call because it blocks Wedge's 4K.
Mhm.
Yep. And any a shot if Wedge just goes forward. So get stressed, no shot.
Yeah. Oh, I guess it
Bad
doesn't
position.
block the 4K,
No. Well,
but Wedge
it
ends up
doesn't even
double
close
stressed.
to blocking it. So I feel dumb, but
Yeah. Well, that's Vassal. It's hard
boy,
to tell.
dropping that ball sack there seems to be a good idea now.
Ball sack. Oh my god.
Yeah. Ryan showed Ryan.
The scrotum of stress is back.
Jeez.
Oh, so hard
Jesus.
turn.
Well, he might be range 1 now of the debris, so he can use his ability. Just take a
Mhm.
focus and sit there, or not take a
Or-
boost.
Well, boost,
know.
but he's still now he's
Engine.
got shots at both, right?
Yep. And
Well,
now
he has 1 less shot coming in, right?
yep,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he's got a shot on Lulo, which he didn't have before with his arc.
Yep.
And he's still got a debris in his.
Yep.
His
His
2
arc
turn
front.
next turn is set up as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so good.
Okay.
I would say good boost there.
Yeah, I think so. Take less shots.
Yep.
All right, so wedge range 1,
Yep.
average. Okay. He had a lock.
No, that. Oh. Why
Because
did?
he re-rolled dice. Yeah, he re-rolled 4 dice.
Oh, was it?
This must be Han.
No. Oh.
But
Yeah,
it
he
said he
did roll.
re-rolls, so
Yeah.
I can only assume.
Then it's got to be Han. Yep.
Okay, I just saw in the text that Wedge performed or Wedge range 1, but whatever. Okay, so this is Han onto Lulu,
Yeah.
and he uses Han's ability to still get 2.
Right.
Oh, wait, he's shooting at Ray.
Yes, it
Okay.
appears so.
Are we sure it's not Lulo? Because Lulo. Oh, 3 dice. Yep, never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, we lost
So
one with the stress
Ray
was
takes a
gone,
hit
but
and crit then?
Yeah, but he uses Finn Rose to pick up a lock on Han,
Okay.
and then spends a force, takes
Get
1.
evade, so he only takes a shield. Okay, so he still has no hull damage.
Yep.
down to 1 shield, right?
No, he lost the 1 shield.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't think
They're not updating it on the
right
on the base.
Yep. Okay.
So here's Wedge's shot into Lulo.
Nope, he must be shooting at Ray because
Oh,
he rolled
yeah.
3 dice against 1.
Yep, you're right.
Interesting. Okay, so
The crit.
yeah, crit goes through. Unless he spends
reroll.
in a force.
Yeah, he did.
That's what I would do.
Okay, so this is Ray shooting Han.
I think so. He's out of force.
Yeah,
Okay.
add the blank.
And he updated Ray's base now to have 1 shield. Did we miss something? Or did they miss something?
I think
I've been keeping track of it because he had 1 shield on Ray before
Yeah.
Han shot, and after Han shot, I dropped it down to 0.
I think they missed. It was a couple turns back when Farmer had shot
Sure.
at Ray, and I think Duncan missed doing the damage there.
Okay. So he gets to 4 total then, looks like, with Ray?
Yep.
And 1 of 8, so hit,
So-
crit. That's half points.
Yeah, Han's at 4.
Direct hit.
Ouch,
Yep.
Han's at 3. I heard 4 and 5 dice shots hurt.
They're really good. Yeah, so
Interesting. I mean, I think Duncan made the right call by shooting at Han here instead of Wedge.
Ryan just set Han to 10 shields. That's cool. Now he's going all the way down again.
No, you can't do it. I've got 10 shields left.
Oh, he's using R2D2.
Yep, that was R2.
He'll regain his shield. Okay. All right. So the next turn, let's see. Han 2 hards, I assume. Does Lulu just 2 forward, target lock rotate, or focus rotate?
Yeah, I think keeps your backfiring arc in the best position for where you think Wedge is going to go. I mean, because the fastest Wedge can go is 2 forward to clear 1 stress, but then you're double stressed. So.
And then does Ray 2 bank boost and try to just block him so Wedge doesn't get to shoot this turn, and you would maybe still have a shot at Han with your rear arc?
Or does Ray just... Oh, yeah, it's red.
I think the best move would be to 2 bank Ray and then boost and try to block Wedge, right?
You could 1 forward.
Which way are
maybe.
you 2 banking Ray, because you can't go left?
Oh, wait, that's right. Han's there. I forgot. That
Yeah.
Han moves after.
Yeah, so
I was thinking she could
that
almost,
complicates
1 forward if it fits.
I mean, a 1 forward would fit, but then you couldn't boost, right?
I mean, you could 2 bank away.
right. That's why I was wondering which 2 bank you were talking about, because you definitely
That
can't
really
go left.
makes you-
close to that board edge.
Yeah, it's going to be real tough for your next move.
It'd be nice if he had the title and you could just sloop.
It'd be nice if Ray wasn't stressed.
Because, yeah, you don't want Han to shoot at your range 1. That complicates this next turn quite a bit, actually. A 1 forward. I mean, you could maybe fit a 1 forward boost, but then Lulu has to get the hell out of there. Like you can't.
Yeah, I mean, Lulu could do a. Do you think a 3 bank
Yeah, you could 3
would
bank.
clear enough space? Yeah, it should clear enough space because then once you do the 1 forward,
You could even 3 forward and focus rotate
sure.
with Lulu. Okay, let's see what they do. I mean, Han seems pretty obvious. And Wedge is either going to 1 bank or like 1 forward, 2 forward, whatever. It's probably
Right.
1 banking. At least this game is a lot more interesting than the Travis Chris game.
Oh, for sure, very much. And now I can't imagine that when Chris is on Vassal, he's wearing anything but a robe.
Oh God.
Oh. All right, looks like they're still tweaking dials.
Just a robe and a plate of pizza rolls. Because you know.
Pizza rolls sound good right now. Okay, so we've got Lulo 3 bank and Ray 1 forward.
I'm sorry to go on a tangent, but they make breakfast pizza. Did they make breakfast pizza rolls? That's got to be a thing.
Aren't they inherently breakfast pizza rolls if you cook them and leave them sit out for a while?
I mean,
I don't have words.
get a hot pocket. I mean, they're just mini hot pockets, really.
So Lulo 3 bank focus rotate and Ray 1 forward and focused.
I mean, we see a token by the dial, so I assume that she focused.
So she's hoping that Wedge slow rolls and you can pump some damage into Wedge this round.
Yeah, there's a focus token coming. So
Yeah, rear shot.
Han does a 3 left. And yep, Wedge 1 forward.
Shock.
Yep. Wedge is still sad though.
Oh, kind of, yeah.
I mean,
No
was
actions
one?
in range 1, yeah.
right. And
Range
taking
one with
2 shots.
nothing.
Yeah.
So we don't know who's shooting this until we see the defense dice, right?
Even then we probably don't because it could be Han or Wedge. I'm guessing it's Wedge because they checked arc with Wedge.
Okay.
So
And if he's just not rolling dice. Okay, so Duncan moved the target lock, so he must have rolled defense dice with Ray, which was 0, added the blank, used Rose to switch the lock. So
yep.
Ray is going to take hit crit.
But so shield 2 crits?
Well, she doesn't have any shields left, though.
Oh, that's right. Sorry, I keep looking at that. But she's going to because that's their board state.
Right, that's possible.
Yeah.
So we can be right all we want, but
We should be able to start seeing cards flip up, though, right? There should
Yeah.
at least be.
Oh, so
I'm confused.
they took off the shield.
Even if they added the evade.
and then Ryan rolled attack dice again, so this is maybe Han into Ray.
Oh, they're taking down Hull now on Ray. Ray's down to 6 Hull on there.
But there should have been crits, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So we assume that crit was like a direct hit or something? I don't know.
Duncan rolls a blank on defense, so he's going to take more damage.
Yep.
All right, I'll just defer to you guys telling me when to update hit points.
I mean, at this point, I'm not even sure because they're not changing anything. Okay, we've got a stunned pilot on Ray.
Okay.
On Ray.
And a loose stabilizer.
And a loose.
Okay.
I wonder is Duncan maybe using cards, like sitting at his computer using cards instead of using the cards from Vassal.
Maybe.
What a weird thing to
And
do.
a damage sensor array. So we've got a stun pilot, loose stabilizer, damage sensor array on Ray, it looks like.
So that's at least 3 damage cards, so he has to at least be at 5 hull left.
Right,
Right,
yes.
but they did 6 because they thought there was a shield, so. But no, but that's 3 crits.
Yeah,
Right.
that's why I said he has to at
Yeah.
least
So
be
even
five.
with what they said, that's not.
Right. So let's put Ray on
Okay.
5 and
That's
just
what I
go
did,
with
yeah.
it.
Okay.
Somebody call Judge.
Yeah. Can Paul Heaver call in? Let Duncan know he did it wrong.
So Lulo's got range 2 shot on Wedge.
Except for, there we go.
Yeah, they
I was
flip
like,
it to check the
something's
arc.
not right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They just flip the ship to check arc.
So it takes 1 shield.
Yep. So Wedge will take 1.
All right. I mean, Wedge has been getting off pretty nice for being double stressed for 2 turns.
Okay, wait. Now they did update Ray's base to say 3 hull.
Okay.
So
And Han must be doing R2D2 right now.
nope.
'Cause
That was
That was a 4 dice roll.
that's a Ray shot because they didn't. Ray hadn't shot
Ray-
yet.
Oh, Ray hadn't
So
shot.
Ray
yet.
range
Gotcha.
1 on Wedge or range 1 on Han.
Probably Wedge because the target lock is on. Holy crap!
Right, and then front arc at the blank. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Seems
Did
good.
he have to spend a force or not?
I think he did, but they're not keeping track of it.
All right, I'll just leave it at 1. And Wedge just gets annihilated.
Yeah. That's 3 hits, 2 crits into Wedge, and Wedge is vaporized.
That's a sad Wedge.
If anybody cares, that was stun pilot.
Okay.
For those of you
And-
marking off your sheet at home,
Right, and a blinded.
He
I mean-
sure is blinded. I agree.
if anyone, I imagine Carlo having like a bingo card of crits, and he's just like, I need to know.
That actually sounds like a fun game. It's a
Crit bingo?
Crit bingo. Next on Echo
All right,
Base
so
X-Wing, crit bingo.
2 ion tokens on Han, so that is something that's important. And Han
Oh.
is at effectively 4 health.
But why would there be another ion token? Because doesn't disabled power regulators say after you perform?
It's after you engage, or when you engage, you receive the token.
Right,
So
but
he
there's
would've
a s-
gotten 1.
there's a
I'm not
second-
Sure where he got the second.
There's a second part on there for disabled power regulator that I think it's not an action to flip it down. I don't think.
Yeah, I think you just get the token and then it flips itself.
Right. So
I'm not sure where you got the second one from.
okay.
Unless it's something to do with R2.
Well, he hasn't. He rolled R2 last turn and he rolled an eyeball, so it didn't. do
Right.
anything.
So if he did it
and he
R2
didn't
this
get
time, it might flip back.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't get shot at this turn, so he had no shield to regen.
Right.
So I have no idea where the second one came from. Maybe this is just how they play on the West Coast. They don't follow the rules.
Maybe they
Okay,
just
Best Coast?
don't flip down a disabled power regulator and they just let it keep stacking ion tokens. Hey Kevin, you can go into the street or the list overlay, and there is an option to pull up crit cards.
There is?
Yeah, down towards the
cards.
yeah.
On the bottom.
So search disabled power regulator. Let's find out. I'm curious.
That has pilot cards.
That's it.
That's it.
Oh.
Well, before you
Well, it
engage,
has
gain an
upgrade
ion
cards
token.
and pilot cards. It doesn't have damage cards.
Oh.
Yeah, so the actual wording is before you engage, gain 1 ion token. After you execute an ion maneuver, repair this card.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
The card
So
doesn't repair until you take the ion maneuver.
Oh,
okay.
so that's interesting.
So apparently in the Midwest we play it wrong.
If
I
at
don't.
all.
I just don't think I've ever seen this.
No, I don't think I have either.
Ship. I've only seen it on a small base ship, so it's always like I get an ion, okay, bye.
Yep.
On behalf of Echo Base, I would like to apologize to the West Coast for that one thing, nothing else.
All right. Well, if that's the case, then Han probably turns down towards the board edge and rotates his arc, knowing that he has to drift.
Take an ion next turn, yeah.
Yep.
So Ray sloops here. There's no reason not to, right? I mean, so what? You get double stressed.
Yeah. That would be the only reason not to. Or you could just hard turn and then rotate arc.
Yeah, but you want her ability so that you can reduce Han's damage coming in.
Yeah.
You know. Plus, she needs to probably recharge 1 more force before she wants to engage, because she's probably at one, like she's at 1 force at the end of this turn. Okay. So Lulu probably. I mean, 2 bank or 3 bank focus rotate.
They're saying they think that a 3 sloop with Ray would land on the debris.
Yeah, I know. You just eat it. You just assume
you
that
just
you
eat it because you got a couple turns to clear it because it's going to take you a while to catch up to.
Yep, that's my thought process. Because
Okay.
Han could easily just like 1 bank or do whatever and then boost and just be out of range. So even if you turned left and rotated arc, he's just gonna run away.
Yeah.
And then you have to literally go around the whole board unless you want to go through debris anyway.
Do
I
it.
see that they're also doing a great job keeping track of rounds.
Yeah, apparently we're on round 3.
Yep.
Maybe Ray goes one way, Lulu goes the other, and they pincer formation.
All right. Go ahead, Jake, whenever you're ready with the dials.
Crit's also, or chat's also saying that stun pilot on Ray still.
Oh, she has stun pilot?
Yeah.
Oh, that changes things a little bit then. Yeah, if she has stun pilot, then you're gonna just 2 or 3 hard and just, I guess, go around all the rocks. That sounds fun.
I mean, they're just out for a Sunday stroll, right?
Yep. And if that's the case, then you want to also disengage with Lulu.
So maybe just a 2 forward with Lulu. Don't bank in.
I think you actually 2 bank away and take a focus, and then you just plan that you'll come around and then you'll create the pincer later on.
Makes sense.
Because there's no reason to engage Han right now.
Yeah.
If that's the situation.
So Lulu 2 banks to the right instead of left.
He's gonna focus rotate. And Ray's gonna probably just rotate, right? Although that stresses her. Oh, he's not even rotating?
No.
Interesting. Kind of surprised. Like,
Well, he got rid of
why wouldn't you rotate?
the.
Oh, he got rid of a crit?
Yeah, loose stabilizer. Looks like.
Okay. So Han's gonna have to rotate his arc if he wants a shot.
Yep.
So with loose stabilizer, that means that Ray had to take a damage.
They might have forgotten.
Right, because isn't it after you execute a non-straight maneuver, suffer 1 damage card, then repair this card?
Knowing
An
how
action.
they played this game so far, they probably forgot.
An action is repair this card, so shouldn't have had to take that action to repair it, but would have taken the damage and still had an action.
I guess we just need to have Paul call in to fix the game state.
So
Alright,
here's
so this
Han's
is
shot
Han.
at Lulu.
Okay.
Yep.
Shot back.
Yep.
Seems good.
For 3.
Focus.
Han takes
If
2.
he re-rolls this.
No.
Okay,
He said that's the best I can do. Just take the 2 damage.
Yep, and then you're just gonna use R2D2 and regain shield because that's
Yep.
good. Show me the R2D2 roll. Oh my god.
The Vassal.
Ryan's changing his dial on the board and Vassal's yelling at him.
Yeah, every time.
Oh, he rolls a hit. Hold on, he has to R2, he has to Han this.
No, and he
rolls
rerolls it into a hit.
Uh,
So here's the R2 flip, and flips a fuel leak.
Fuel leak.
fuel leak. Okay, that might matter.
Lulo just untouched right now.
Yeah.
And he has to ion next turn, right?
Yep.
I don't know. I feel like we are
So
treating this A-Wing like a regular Rebel A-Wing.
Just ignore it.
Oh god, yeah, it'll just pop when you get an offhand shot. You'll be fine. But Lulo's not going to do that. Lulo's going to come in and make Han hurt.
Dun, Stun pilot. What are the crits? Damage sensor array and stun pilot. So he probably like goes fast and gets rid of sensor array.
Yeah. Oh, it looks like they did reduce
Oh, they put her
Ray
at
to
2.
2. So
But that means he would have had an action, or she would have had an action, so she could have taken a focus, or she could have his damage sensor array because she had flipped sensor array. Let me take a look. Yeah, sensor array, she could have repaired that, so then she would just have stunned right now.
Yeah.
Or, okay.
So
he sloops.
Yes.
Okay. I guess.
I really think damage sensor array should be gone.
So Lulo just focuses.
Yeah, he doesn't want to get range 1 of Han.
No.
Although that might mean you don't do any actual real damage.
Yep. Here's Han's shot at Lulo for 3. And natties.
Jeez. Okay.
And here's Lulo's shot back.
On the blank.
Yep.
And then take a shield, and then giggle because you're going to regen.
Yep.
And then R2D2.
That's
and
R2.
Yep. Congratulations.
No damage.
So that happened really fast for the
It
audience.
did.
So you roll 2, he rolls nothing, re-rolls it into an evade. 1 damage gets 3, loses the shield. He regens the shield, he rolls a hit and goes, oh no, re-rolls it with Han's ability, and there are 0 consequences, and the board game, or the board state doesn't change.
Does not change.
Boy, Han seems good.
Yeah. I heard if you can just ignore things, it's good. So I'm going to take off disabled power regulators off Han.
Yep.
Alright. So this is kind of where I really don't like that Lulu's re-engaging here, and Ray is way off.
Way off, yeah.
Right.
Because as you just saw last turn, you're basically going to do nothing to Han with just Lulu unless you manage to get 3 hits and he manages to only get like 1 evade, and even then you're getting 1 damage in, and you're risking taking damage in the process.
Yep.
I mean, at this point, Duncan literally could just run away and be like, no, you have to come fight me because you're losing on points.
Yeah, Lulo should just 1 heart away here and rake in like 1 bank left and just say,
yeah.
If you want to win this game, you got to come get me.
Right. And they've been keeping track of turns, so it's not like there's a limit.
Yeah, so Ray 2 banks and Lulo turns away.
Yep.
Oh, hey, look at that. He just could have done that like a turn earlier.
Right. But
no consequence, really, though.
Yeah.
Don't focus rotate, Duncan. Just boost away. Run
No,
away.
Nope, focus rotate. He wants to be able to take that shot if it's there to do no damage to
came here
Han.
to roll dice.
I want to roll my
After rolling
dice.
6 natty evades, I would be really afraid to roll evade dice with Lulu right now.
So Lulo is at range 3, it looks like.
They both have shots then.
Yep. Oh, 2 hits crit.
Yep, you spend it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's not going to be any consequences, right? You're just going to take...
Well, yeah, I mean, there won't be any.
Right.
I agree. Here's why Lulu should not have done that.
Lulo loses shields.
Gives half points, which is bad.
I mean, to be fair, Duncan's still ahead, right? So then that means it's not the wrong decision.
Sure. He luckily manages to get to 3 hits.
Mm.
And Han will on both of those.
And die.
Take them all. Bye-bye, Han. It was the right call.
See? It was the right decision. The results say that was the right decision.
Yes, because we play by feelings now instead of facts.
It's called instinct.
Mm-hmm.
Duncan could just feel that the dice were going to be with him.
Yeah, Clearly. He
Or
must
did
have thought the
Duncan
game
call
was
on
nice.
Duncan to save himself?
Maybe.
I mean, Morgan did comment in the chat log. Morgan was there giving his energy to somebody.
I would probably guess Howard.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I mean, how many times did he roll triple evades with Lulo?
Well, at least twice in a row that we saw.
Mm-hmm.
So a couple things to take away here from this game. One, that endgame situation, although it worked out for Duncan, don't do that. Just if you're in a tournament, do not do that.
Just
'Cause
disengage.
You are taking massive risks that you do not need to take.
Yep. I mean, there is always a chance that if you're in the salt mines, the person that you're playing against is going to be bitter that you chose to disengage to win the game, but you're both in the salt mines. So,
Yep. True.
I think my point to that is anybody in the, like upper middle to top ranks in Swiss, they're going to understand that you are disengaging because that's your win condition, and they're going to be okay with it. Like, they don't want to lose, but they're going to understand it.
It is what it is.
And that's when you just pull up that little soundbite of we play the game, or we play to win the game.
Yes.
Play to win the game.
Other thing too, so don't be afraid when you have the situation where you have 2 6s and you have that initiative ability to play faster, as in go faster turn 1. I think I still notice this a lot of games. Players are still built into the habit of first edition, where we'll kind of slow roll first turn, second turn, and kind of respond. But I think second edition, the game has really changed a lot, and you see much less of that, or it's less beneficial to do that than it was in first edition.
It seems like a lot of lists have a built-in alpha strike too, so while you're slow rolling, they're coming around fast because they want to just pound you.
Well, and I think now more than ever, you're giving the board control to your opponent, and I think it matters much more in second edition than it used to in first edition. So I think, had Ryan gotten really aggressive turn 1, I think Wedge gets a free shot at a stress Lulu. I think Han gets a really nice range 1 shot or a range 2 shot with his ability at Lulu if he just 4-forward boosted. And then Han's in a great position to continue after that, whereas his Han was in a crappy position. I also don't think the stall benefited Ryan very much. So just a couple play style things that I think people still are doing from first edition that don't really work as well in second edition, or hurt you more than help you.
Yeah.
But that's your moment right now. If you can catch people doing that, that's your edge.
Yeah. And if you can just claim board control, then you have a massive advantage. And if your opponent's just willing to slow roll and give you board control, I think that's a big advantage you shouldn't just give up.
Well, because imagine if Ryan would have done that and you either put a good amount of damage into Lulo turn 1 or just wipe Lulo off the board, it's a different game.
Yep, Lulu did a lot of damage, including winning the game at the end.
Well, and it's not only the damage, but it's one less arc that Ryan would have had to try to manage to play around. It's that snowball effect. Once you start doing that damage, it just compounds over and over and over. And I think you have a really good point. If your list, built into your list, if you have the initiative advantage, don't be afraid to be aggressive.
Yep. Otherwise, that's all the thoughts I have on it.
Yeah, I actually enjoyed that game.
I think
More
it was
than I thought
really
I would.
nice to see 2 Falcons, and not just a Falcon in a 2-ship list either. To see 3 effective ships.
And see a little bit how the Resistance and the Rebel Falcon kind of play differently.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I mean, they got different shields, different, yeah. So, I mean, it's actions are different, kind of, so.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that matters a lot. So what's the plan? I think we're on Sunday night.
If we can find a game to run, then, yeah, it sounds like tomorrow night.
Yep.
Okay.
So
we'll have our normal time.
Yep. All right. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in and watching this game along with us. We'll be back tomorrow night.
Yep, don't forget to like and subscribe our YouTube. Links are above us.
Yep, and also if you're a Amazon Prime subscriber, you do have access to Twitch Prime. We would appreciate if you'd throw us a subscription for a month. It helps us out, doesn't cost you anything.
Yep, you get one free.
Yep. Thanks, everybody. Have a good day.